What's going on, party people? Thank you for joining us. Sorry for our tardiness, technical difficulties and whatnot. I am Ollie Joker. Welcome to Unpopular Review. We are here, as always, every Wednesday to review AEW Dynamite. And on this evening, I am joined by the lovely wrestling doll. Hello, hello. Unfortunately, my beautiful wife is under the weather, and but Barb was going to be here anyway, so. How'd you enjoy the show? Thank you for being here.
Well, not a problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, fun show tonight. In their 2 months in Texas, uh, lot to cover. Lot to cover. Started out. I'm just gonna hop right into it. We're in Austin, Texas tonight. We started out with CM Punk and Dax Harwood. I enjoyed this match personally. It felt like a nice, good old fashioned wrestling match. You know, nothing too crazy. Just two guys who were masters of their craft going at it. You had the Ass Boys hanging out at ringside, or as Dax would later called them, Billy Sons. It was a very physical match. They they did not hold back. Felt like two dogs of war going at it. Oh, love the Dario shirt, by the way.
Yes.
Man, if you know, you know. Uh, yeah, it's a great show. Anyway, yeah, just good old fashioned wrestling match. We had a superplex in there, then uh, superplex over the top rope, which never looks safe, but they do it all the time, so I guess it can't be too terrible. I mean, with wrestling, there's always the room for error, but it's done enough. Then Punk hit a crossbody off the top rope, transitioned into an anaconda vice, which always gets a good reaction from the crowd, and it just looks painful. Um, then Dax got out of it, hit him with a slingshot power bomb, which again always looks very nice. Although he did kind of, I mean, he slammed the he slammed the shit out of him, and so when he with the velocity that he had, they both popped back up, and Punk was like on his shoulder and kind of landed on Dax's leg, which actually kind of worked out. So Dax had to readjust, and then by that point, Punk was able to kick out. And then we had a rising knee into the corner. He did block the GTS into a beautiful sharpshooter, which this was a another. We had a few Bret Hart references last week during a promo between those two when they, you know, talking about getting rid of Tully, and so now Dax busting out sharpshooter. Very, very interesting. Oh. But yeah, anyway, after the sharpshooter, he got out of that. We got an anaconda vice to finish. Always happy to see a tap out finish. I appreciate a good submission finish. You know, it's not something that gets done over. You know, it's not something that gets overly done. So I'm always happy to see it personally. Doll, how did you feel about the match?
It was pretty good. It was a great way to start tonight, which it was better than some of the stuff that happened, which we will obviously discuss. And CM Punk, you can't say that CM Punk doesn't do what he does and does it well with everybody behind him. Especially, I saw they pointed a sign that said CM Hunk on there. I was like, "Hey, that was fun." Well, you gotta love the people.
Hey man, you know what? One thing I love about AEW signs, it's just like an open forum. Because I mean, like, there's signs out there that have literally nothing to do with wrestling, but like that's the thing I love about it. It's just like you'll see so many fun little signs. I saw, I think it was on Rampage or the last week where somebody had made two cardboard cutouts doing the acclaimed little, you know, scissor thing, and I was just like, you guys are wild. Like I wish I was that creative personally, but I'm not. So, uh, but yeah, great match. I enjoyed it. It moved things along. Interested to see how this Bret Hart thing shapes up. Because I mean, it wouldn't be the first time he showed up in AEW. He presented the AEW Championship for the first time, so there was that. All right. Next up, we had promo with Jericho and his band of douchebags. Yes, we heard from the Jericho Ass Kissing Society, and I'm sorry. Look, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the gimmick. Like, I love it. It's Jericho being as Jericho could possibly be, which is
An asshole?
yeah. I mean, Jericho's always been a dickhead. It's one of the things we love about him. I mean, he's always he always knows which buttons to push. Like he keeps his ear to the scene. He keeps his ear to what the fans want. What buttons to push, which levers to pull, everything. Like he's so good at that fine tweaking, and he did that in this promo. Just talking mad smack about basically everybody, honestly, and how much we should appreciate him. And I mean, I do appreciate Chris Jericho, but I just don't appreciate him being such a douchebag.
It
But
didn't really sound like you appreciate him. I mean, like, I'm sorry, I felt like I was hearing this talk about Jericho, and then I had to just pop my head in. I mean,
uh-huh.
you're not a fan of the Jericho appreciation. I mean, you're not a fan of everyone just kissing his ass on like live TV. Not a lot of people are really into that stuff, so I don't blame you. Like, no one wants to really see that. I wanted to join you guys. You guys look like you're having a good time, having a party out talking about Jericho, and I wanted to be all elite tonight. So,
Hey man,
Hey, why not?
hey, more the merrier. Yeah, I mean, hey, look, again, I enjoy Jericho being Jericho because Jericho's the best at being Jericho, and that is being an asshole. Uh, I'm enjoying him ending all of his promos with "That's entertainment." It's just that little extra little pink.
what exactly is it with the word sport entertainment or entertainer that really rallies up the last week when I was watching and I popped my head in just to see what was going on and he said sport we are sports entertainers and seeing the whole crowd rally up on it and stuff. What was that about?
Uh,
Is it an atrocious word? Is it a word? Is it a trigger word? Is that what the cool kids say these days? Trigger, it's a trigger word.
that's what those of us in the mental health circuit would use terminology wise. But yeah, so there's become a stigma, especially with people who have just done with WWE, because sports entertainer has become like synonymous with WWE, and it's one of those things that they just like drill home. And like the whole thing about Vince not liking people saying, calling his people wrestlers, like calling them superstars and all that other dumb stuff, like they're still fucking wrestlers. But I get it. It's a brand thing, whatever. But yeah, it's just
Hmm.
yeah, it is. Yes, it's stigmatized in the
All
fandom,
right,
I suppose.
all right, all right. What you got? What else? What other thing? Unless you had something you wanted to mention, Wrestling Dog, before you guys lead us to the next segment.
No, I didn't have anything to say. Just watching the segment, him being an asshole, just reminds me of just about everybody else that I see being an asshole on whether it be Raw,
It,
SmackDown, NXT,
well,
AEW.
well, you know what
But
it
he
is.
does it. But he does it good.
Well, you know what it is. If you're a Chris, you're going to be good to be an asshole. Like it's just in the name.
Listen, there's just some people who are naturally very good at it.
Yeah, especially if it's Chris. But carry on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So then we had whew, a whirlwind. The AFO, comprised of Private Party and the Butcher and the Blade, versus Darby Allin, Sting, and the Hardys in a tornado tag team match that really more so turned into
All out brawl.
yeah, a you know what it felt like. When you got together with all your friends and played like old wrestling games and like you all like you had like a just
Ah.
yeah, one of those backstage matches where everybody was just doing everything possible to like make everybody else's body parts all red. That's what it was.
Oh my god, I
You
remember
know
that.
what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. No, and then when you got their body, especially those old like N64 games, and like when you had them at lose, like if you took out KO and when they were losing it, they start like going through like some kind of commotion or something like that. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean when you beat the hell out of your opponent. Carry on.
Yeah. That's what this match was. I mean, we started it off with, I mean, the bell literally went ding, and Darby was body tackling Butcher's face and it was amazing. I mean, like when Darby does a tope, because like I can't even call it a tope suicida. Like it's legitimately tope suicide because like Darby just throws everything that he has at every single, like it doesn't matter who it is.
Oh,
So,
there we go. Hulk smash. There we go. Getting to some of these shots, but go ahead.
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, man, like the way Darby just like throws himself completely into every like suicide dive he does is amazing. Like, and the fact that he doesn't get injured more is more so amazing. But yeah, he flew out the ring, and then next thing you know, Sting's on the top rope. He's jumped off the top rope.
Oh my God.
They're like, bro, every time Sting gets up on something, I'm just like, please get down. You're old.
Well, he does get down, and he got down on top of them.
And you know what? He
That
does
was
every
cute.
time. He's okay. I'm just gonna gloss over that. Like every time he does it, it's like it's amazing, and it's like so. I mean, it does its job.
Oh my.
You mean more so like when Hardy jumped like what 15, 20 feet from the air onto the table to smash two of them down through it?
Listen. Okay, so first of all, wait. Before we get to that, we're not gonna forget about the fact that Matt Hardy, who was older than Jeff, took a double side effect off of the
off of the ramp into the table
onto two tables, and then Jeff was like, "I'm gonna climb this big ass ladder," and then he's like, "That's not high enough. I'm gonna get up on this ledge that just happens to be here."
It's like a flashback to the WWE match with him and his brother with the Dudley boys and Edge and his partner when he tackled him like 15 feet off of the air from the ladder into the ring.
Who was that? Yeah, was that Edge that he speared?
Yes.
No, Edge speared Jeff Hardy off.
Yeah, that was
WrestleMania 17.
Yeah.
That visual where you see him flying in the air. Yeah, I mean, but
from the ladder was
Jeff Hardy has done. Jeff Hardy has done so many like crazy things. I remember a spot in TNA. He had a match. I think it was like a Monster Ball match with Abyss. Climbed up something, did a swan time. Like that's just Jeff Hardy's thing. Where
jumped off the Titantron that one time.
Huh?
He jumped off the Titantron that one time and just.
Oh my God! January 2008. That was a few weeks before his match at Royal. Yeah, before his match with Randy Orton at the Royal Rumble that year. Quite the height, quite the what you call it. But the thing is, like you said, we use a word where listen, nothing beats father time. You know, when you get up there in age, there's certain things you shouldn't be doing, but Jeff Hardy just don't care. I'm more concerned for Sting than Jeff because, like, at this rate, Jeff Hardy, honestly, when they made the show Jackass, which is what going on 20, 30 years at this point, I said, oh, cool, they got Jeff Hardy's going to be here because he was doing all these crazy stunts. My take on this match, while it's cool, I just feel like this was something that was already done. Like they just did this, 2 weeks ago? No, don't get me wrong. The brawl was cool. I mean, Darby. I hope Darby just takes it easy on these bumps. I mean, him flying down the stairs. I hope he understands. Like you're not young forever, man. You shouldn't be taking all those bumps. But hey, more power to him. If he gets up in the morning and says, you know what I feel like doing? What, falling down a flight of stairs? Then good for him. But I hope he slow down on those bumps because some bumps are just not necessary. As I get older as a wrestling fan, I remember playing games, still do play games. When I would play these games and we do these crazy spots, it was cool because it was a video game. But you see these real live people doing these things, you're like, yeah. How about can you not do that? So I thought the match was wild. It was something that they did 2 weeks ago, except now they just put Matt Hardy on the good side, and Matt Hardy got the. They got the win. Who ate the pin? I couldn't even keep up with this.
It was Sting and.
Right. And let's talk about that spot. They went for the gin and juice, and poor Sting. I saw the spot what they were going for, but poor Sting, and I got concerned for him because it looked like he couldn't even stand for a minute. So I was a little worried. I was like, oh,
leg too.
Yeah, I was a little worried when he had that spot because that just did not look good. But when he started to stand up on his own, and then he dropped I said, okay, he just had to get his footing.
Yeah, because I think he was trying to pick up Isaiah while he was doing it, but Isaiah couldn't get into a good position to where he could get his legs up under him either. So Isaiah wasn't able to like stand up properly, like get his.
It was all about the footing. I think it was all about the footing. I think on paper the idea sounded brilliant, but it wasn't executed properly. Like if it was hit, like in 2K, they have the thing now with catch. Like, you catch your opponent in the move, and that would have been really cool, but it wasn't fluid. And I think that's a thing where a lot of times um, they want to do all these spots. And like I said, on paper, in the mind, it sounds so cool visually in your head. It sounds cool, but execution just didn't do it. But yeah, I mean, people ate it up though. Can't say that the people did not eat it up.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you got two legends in the ring. You know,
Who? Sting and
it was Sting and
uh,
Matt Hardy.
oh, who's the other guy? Oh, you talking about Matt Hardy? I thought you talking about the guy Sting caught.
Oh no, not Isaiah Cassidy. God bless the Cassidy. But yeah, you got Hardy and Sting in the ring, and the dual finisher to finish the match. People are gonna love that. So, gotta give the people what they want, as Excalibur would say.
The man with the mask.
Man with the mask.
The man with the mask.
Who is that demon with? If I could just get William Regal on one match every week, that's all I need.
Well, now y'all have it.
Yo, listen, I will. Man with the mask. It's my favorite part.
Isn't he great?
He is the best. Okay, that's why I had such a fit that like when they.
Now I remember.
I remember too. I was there.
Right? Yeah, he had quite the breakdown. He was right on air.
Look, man. I appreciate him. Don't get me started again, okay? I appreciate his lordship, as Mox.
No, William Regal is great. You can't get him. I do. Elvis said here. I'm not reading this one chat, but Elvis says Sting turned 63 on Sunday, and he needs to. What he said, needs to hang up the boots. I would sit here and say, yeah, but look like he's having the time of his life. So what can I say? I mean, man,
Hey, look,
he's still rocking. Listen, I think he's rocking a lot better than some of these younger folks. So, and barely, kind of, because he moves slower, but still, I'll say this: when I see the Stinger splash, I still kind of smile. I'll be like, I remember that when I was a kid.
Yeah. And the fact he still gets a pretty good height on it, considering like he still looks like, and then of course him taking like the chair spot and everything, and
oh yeah, you get a little hype when you start banging the chest.
Oh yeah,
I did that the other day. I started coughing, like falling on the ground and everything. I was extremely winded.
Anyway, it's funny that we were talking about his lordship because next was Danielson and Mox murdering the Varsity Blondes.
Absolutely.
Ah man, that was.
I put a petition for America Most Wanted after this murder, this mauling. After these guys beat the shit out of these guys, like
you're gonna have to talk to Julia Hart because she didn't do jack shit.
Yeah, well, she's hurt. She got the eye patch on. I didn't know. So
she's hurt. She's gonna leave them boys.
She's waiting for Goth Santa to come pick her up in his.
I bet. I didn't know if it was Goth Santa or her daddy, Captain Hook. I don't know what the hell is going on here. But I was sitting there. She's probably tired of these guys losing because every time I see these guys, they lose. She
wasn't even paying attention. She was looking away, and then by the time they were talking after the match, I was like, I see her like, oh shoot, she's still there.
Yeah, she probably sat here and said, "Why am I with these guys?"
Right.
She's probably really like upset that she's upset. I mean, that miss obviously did something to her. It has totally did something to her, and she's probably. And I can tell you what it did to her. It made her give it a realization that these guys are losers. So she's sitting there going like, "Wow, I'm really with these guys who got their ass kicked." Didn't do anything to help them as they was getting asked. Poor young gentlemen, poor guys. I mean, I feel like one time they had some steam, they had something going for them, and now I see them. They're just like, I think my doormat outside my house has more heat than these guys. Like these guys are just getting ran over. I mean, like really bad, like really, really bad. But go ahead. You was gonna go a little bit more into this match. I ran all over it. Please carry on, sir.
Hey man, there really ain't that much to say. All right, like Danielson and Moxley were violent as always. It started out with Mox and Brian Pillman. He kicked that man in the face. Like I don't know if anybody else saw it, but he straight up kicked that man in the face. I'm like, I know he's young, Mox, but you ain't got to kick the boy. But yeah, Doll hit it right on the head. They beat the stuffing out of each other just from the get going. And like there was one point where we were watching it and I was just like, will y'all hit them back? Like, just please. Like, I saw Griff do something and I'm like, man, hit that, man. That's what he wants you to do. That's what they're trying to get out of you. But if you don't, they're gonna beat you down even worse. And when Mox locked in that sleeper,
The bulldog choke.
no, he didn't bulldog him. He did a rear naked choke on him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it was way worse. He hit him with a rear naked choke and Griff. Like I saw like the vessels in Griff's head start to pop. I was just like, oh god, he's actually choking. Like Griff like started turning colors and he was just like instantly, and I was just like, geez.
So what you're saying is, for a brief period, Mox forgot this is a work, and he went. He almost killed this young man.
The whole match was a shoot, bro. What are you talking about?
Listen, I know what I'm talking about. I said I put a petition for America's Most Wanted because I just saw a fucking murder right in front of my own eyes. I couldn't believe it was
Hundreds
brutal.
of thousands of people saw murder before their own eyes. They didn't
Oh,
call
yeah, no one
911.
did nothing. That's so.
Cheers for it.
No one did nothing. And here's Rigo in the back saying, "Yeah, that was good." You know, Cholio, mate. I love that Rigo just loved that there was just this execution in front of him, and he's just like everyone else is kind of like mortified, and Rigo just like,
excellent,
good.
Yeah,
drinks his tea.
Bruh, I love it. I love it. Just him coming out. And like the whole vibe of them when he showed up in the first place, just smacked the hell out of these two grown ass men, and they just stood there like
couldn't do nothing.
Right, couldn't do a damn thing, and it was just like, shake your brother's hand, shake your brother's hand. No,
Hey, listen, it's actually this is really entertaining stuff. It's a thing that you didn't realize that. I won't say I needed it, but when you put them together, you're like, huh, we got something here.
Yeah, because like when they, when Danielson originally made the comment and approached Moxley about doing this whole thing in the first place, I was interested in seeing how they would coexist. Because that is, that can be a hit or miss with that whole thing. But with them bringing in Regal and him being the true anchor of the team, that for me that made it make a little bit more sense, because like Moxley has always been a wild dog since he's gotten to AEW, but it took his mentor coming to like reel him in and actually have him do something productive and constructive. I mean, he was whooping ass, which is productive in this business, but
that is a really productive thing.
It would be a better way of putting it, and I'm excited to see what happens with Wheeler Yuta, because after last week, this project, I'm very excited. All right. Next up, unfortunately, we had MJF.
Yep.
Listen,
I had headphones that were loud enough that I could just listen, so I didn't have to look at the man. I didn't see a damn thing he did. I only looked up when Wardlow came up.
Oh, so you didn't see that little piece of lint that was sitting in his hair the whole promo, and it was just...
You mean his brain?
that he had something in his head. What do you call it, hair? Because I looked up for a bit, but I just thought it was gray. But apparently, he really has lint in his hair.
No, it was this big ass piece of lint. It was probably like a good 2-3 centimeters. It's very white, and against his hair, you can see it. It did look like a gray at first, but then I looked at it. I was like, oh no, this man got lint in his hair.
But that's the total professional. He knew, like, I have to go out there. I have to go out there with this lint on my hair and badmouth Warlord. Was it Warlow? I would say always mess up.
Wardlow.
Well, or just poor the way MJF made him sound. I mean, I'm in no position to be making fun of anyone in their brackets and stuff like that. But the way, I mean, he just like really laid it in on him, and they're saying, "I own you," and
called this man a piggy.
Called him a pig.
Right, and then called him Little Piggy, and then talked about the fact that he signed the Devil's contract, and then he started talking smack about his mom. And I was like, "Oh, bro, you can't be talking about the man's mom.
You can't call nobody's mama a whore."
No.
believe he used the word skank.
No, he
Oh, yeah,
did
no,
not.
he put it in an elegant way. He didn't say that. He said she's a stink, which is not nice anyway.
Anyway, he talked smack about his mom, and so he made him so mad he came out without his entrance music. Like they real mad when they ain't got their entrance music. That's how you know somebody's pissed.
That's true.
Like,
That's so true. That's how come a lot of times when I go to work, I always like take my time. When I'm really angry, I just have nothing playing in the back. But most of the time, I just wait until my tune, and then I know that's when I have to make my grand entrance.
I respect that.
Me too.
I respect that. Yeah, it
Ah,
took 10. I think they said
10, 12 guys to
10,
stop him.
12 guys, including the two legitimate security guards who actually worked there, which was
right.
made for a
Well,
cool visual.
this lovely gent Anthony says, "Do you guys like the name of the possible stable? Rigo, Moxley, and Danielson, the Blackpool Combat."
Oh, yeah, I forgot
That's pretty
mention that.
fucking radical, actually.
Yeah,
That's pretty dope. I like that.
yeah. Moxley cut a promo at the end. I forgot to mention that. I'm sorry. Moxley cut the promo. I apologize. I do not take as good notes as my wife.
You know, you're all good. That's what we're here. That's what a team does. We're all here. That's what
Right.
we do. Daniel, I just wanted to get to him. He said, "I have more heat than all the wrestlers on Sport Entertainment roster." Acknowledge the new. Oh, okay. So apparently, this guy is a sweat magnet because he got a lot of heat. We got what else? What happened to wrestling? It used to be so. Oh my god. I mean, these are different times, my guy. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it ain't the Jerry Springer era anymore. It's just we're not going to be seeing all that. Although I think there was a segment later, but we'll get into it. But we were talking about Warlow and pretty much being really mad with his nice suit and nice shirt, wanting to rip MJ apart. And then what happened,
It was
Joker?
good. I thought it was a good visual. And so yeah, then MJF, basically was like, "Well, you work for me, not for AEW, so now you're trespassing. Bye bye." And so of course he had the security take him out, and I'm sure Wardlow is going to do something at a later date, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Uh, yeah, and then MJF actually brought up the Pinnacle, which was interesting because usually he doesn't say the Pinnacle by name. I mean, he alludes to them every now and again, but like he actually said something about the Pinnacle and said that next week, they're going to elevate because now that they've gotten rid of their dead weight. Wardlow.
Oh, we got this, Anthony. He got some questions, and I love it. We welcome that. But I just want to get to this. And then
Due time. I was going to say, we will get to
oh,
that.
yeah, do time. You want to do? You run it. So you want to go into this segment and then get to?
I was going to say, Anthony, I appreciate your comment, and I'm going to get to that when we get to the segment, which is next after this. First up, though, Adam Cole versus Jay Lethal.
Baby.
Versus Jay Lethal,
Yeah,
which
there
was
you
a
go.
match I was excited about because I'm a huge fan of
God
Jay
knows,
Lethal and Adam Cole.
baby.
They haven't fought since 2016. They were 3-2, with Cole having 3 wins and Lethal having 2. So Lethal was trying to, level the.
Playing field.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say the record between the two of them. But yeah, they haven't had a fight since 2016, but you couldn't tell. Uh, this was a great match. Those guys went out there and were like, y'all want to see a singles match? Like, I feel like they took the first match as like a challenge to really have an amazing match because the timing was amazing. Lethal hit 3 topes pretty early, which got the crowd nice and riled up. Red Dragon, of course, eventually showed up on the top of the ramp to just kind of look for a while anyway, which was enough for Lethal to kind of, get distracted a little bit. Adam Cole hits a pump kick on the outside. Then he threw Jay Lethal into the steps. Eventually, we make it back into the ring. Jay goes for the figure 4 4 different times, and finally gets to him the 4th try. I guess figure 4. And one of my favorite moments, though, of this match was Jay Lethal went for the lethal injection, which is when he does the springboard into the ropes and comes back to do a cutter. And in the midst of his springboard, as he was coming back, Cole super kicks him in the back of the head. and like midair, and it was amazingly timed. Like Cole has one of the best super kicks in the business, in my opinion, because just from timing alone, because like that man has amazing timing with his super kicks, and they always look just absolutely disgusting. Um, but yeah, then I mean Jay did fight, like he hit him with that super kick, then he hit him with the Panama Sunrise, very very close near fall. Then you had Jay come back, he hit him with a couple of moves, but hit him with an O'Connor roll. Of course, Red Dragon get involved. They get up on the ring apron, so the ref gets distracted. He would have won. He's like, okay, whatever. So he goes for lethal injection again. As he's coming back, Cole hits him with a low blow because that's Cole's new finisher. And yeah, hit him with the boom after that. 1, 2, 3. That's all she wrote. Doll?
Well, this and the CM Punk matches were my favorite of this episode. So I was really entertained, especially seeing him on TV for the first time since NXT TakeOver with Kyle O'Reilly. So it was pretty nice seeing him out. We did see him live when they came into town before, but this was more entertaining to me.
Jack?
It was cool. It was fun. I was like, oh, they found Jay Lethal because I haven't seen him in so long. So when they threw him out there and even said, "Oh, he had 5 wins," I said, "Oh, this is groundbreaking because I haven't seen him. I just didn't. I thought they forgot about the guy. I thought he was
a match on Rampage, I think, last week.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, I don't watch Rampage all the time, but I keep up enough to know like certain things. I'll know some of the card and everything like that. So to be fair, I don't watch Rampage. I definitely do not watch Dark Elevation or the Dark Order. I just don't watch all this stuff. But I was just surprised. I thought they forgot about him for whatever reason. I just imaged Jay Lethal was like in a broom closet somewhere, and everyone just keep walking by because they forgot that he was there. But the match was fine. It was good. It was I don't know the whole entire history of Jay Lethal and Adam Cole, but they mentioned a lot of stuff from, like you said earlier, the 2016 going for the ROH championship. And I agree, Adam Cole is really good at super kicking people. I remember a match he had, and I was actually there for NXT. I forgot which takeover in Brooklyn it was, but him and Ricochet had a match. Ricochet doing the moonsault, and he just like really like super kicked the hell out of him. I mean, he has a really good time. Adam Cole is great. Like I can watch an Adam Cole match. Adam Cole don't. Matter of fact, at 2K22, my finish is literally the boom. It's here come the boom. It's Adam Cole is dope. Like I don't know what to tell anybody. Adam Cole is dope. Matter of fact, it was funny some JR because I don't even get to it, so I'll let you get to that segment with him and the other Adam, and I'll put my pieces in. Because JR said something really funny to me.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, of course he match ends, talks smack about Adam, other Adam.
The other Adam.
Our one and only Adam. Adam.
Play two Adam. That's Luigi. See, no one likes Luigi. See, I had an argument with Cat. Never mind, because he don't understand nothing. Guys,
he's just doing his best. He has to deal with ghosts.
So it's Ghostbusters.
Well, there's that. But anyway, yeah, calls out Adam Page, and just as an aside, if anybody watches or feels like watching the AEW Awards, which I'm sure nobody does, but it was actually really funny. And Adam Page, I enjoy his mic work when he doesn't have to be like super serious champion mode, which I feel like I wish he did that more on screen. But of course, Cole's talking smack, and Adam Page doesn't care how many people in the ring. It could be 6 guys in there. He'll go on there by himself with his cowboy strut. And hey, the strut gives him power. And so, of course, he gets in the ring, and exactly what you think happens. He gets beat up by 3 guys because there's 3 guys in the ring. He's by himself. And then, surprisingly, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus came out to help instead of, the Dark Order. So, I'm not sure if that means that's completely done. They did have a bit of a falling out.
It wasn't friends. It was all rude.
Listen, they were
No,
what's
it
the
wasn't.
word? Acquaintances or
Black.
companions of the common goal to get rid of certain
Listen,
people.
the Dark Order used Adam Page. They try to use him. Adam Page was like, I'm going to do my own thing, does his own thing, and he gets a little bit of success. And now these guys don't know how to act. They couldn't help his homeboy. He was getting jumped. He's getting shut up, Elvis. You're underrated. Oh, you said I'm underrated. I'm sorry, I misread that. No, don't shut up. Keep talking, please. I totally misread that. That's why I spent 7 years in high school. And what you call it? Yeah, the Dark Order just they didn't come out. They didn't help. I don't know. I was so disappointed in the Dark Order. So disappointed.
More disappointed with that or with the match at the end of the night?
Huh?
More disappointed with that or the match at the end of the night?
You know, they got what they deserved at the end of the match. Tonight, I might go on a tyrant. Who knows?
Well, we'll find out very soon.
Ooh, you heard that? This is the smooth storm. What is it? The quiet storm. Yeah, you hear that?
There we go.
Whatever. Anyway, next we had Sammy and Ty.
Oh,
Now,
the power couple of AEW now.
I guess.
Hey, I'm just saying now. That doesn't mean it's going to be forever.
Yes. I'd like to bring more attention.
not forever. Good.
So, Anthony,
Mm-hmm.
when you guys look at Sammy Guevara in terms of his mannerisms, promos, wrestling styles, who does he remind you of? For me, he looks like Hector Garza and Eddie Guerrero. I do see some Eddie. I see a very strong rock influence, especially when he's cutting promos. Like if you look at his cadences and things and a lot of his motions, him and Ricky both. Him and Ricky
Definitely more Ricky than
Ricky
is pretty much the Rock if he was in the dryer too long. And this is coming from me. I'm not lying. What's wrong with you guys?
I think you broke it.
Not lying. I'm never gonna be welcome back to AEW again on these shows.
That's fine. There he goes.
Oh man, left in the dryer. Okay, yeah. Sammy Guevara is great. He cut a promo. He's like, I'm always gonna make you people say holy shit, which, to be fair, I can pretty much remember at least one moment out of most of Sammy Guevara's matches. At least like one-on-one matches anyway. It's what he does. He does crazy stuff. But like my favorite one, has yet to be topped, and that was when he went from excuse me. When he springboarded himself from the ring, past the guardrails, in between the crowd to take out MJF.
Impressive stuff.
Man's impressive.
Yeah, it's funny. You guys are talking about how Darby Allin shouldn't take so many bumps and stuff, and then he cuts a promo saying like, everybody tells me not to take so many bumps and stuff, that I'm going to regret it when I'm older and all that stuff. Well, if I regret it when I'm older, if I do this now, I want to do what I do, enjoying it. And I don't care if I'll regret it when I'm older, basically.
Silly. It to me, it's very silly. I don't want to sound like that old man who, because I'm not old, but I don't want to sound like the old man who's like, hey, don't do that and stuff like that.
Listen, the older people that are telling him to be careful have a point, so.
No, absolutely. I think some of the stuff that he does is ridiculous. I think a lot of bumps that these guys do is just not necessary. It's just not. You got to take care of your body. You really, and like Darby, I mean, he has an amazing suicide dive. Maybe tone that down a bit, but I mean, I wouldn't tell the man. I'm saying this: the falling down the stairs, falling from great height, the stuff Sammy does. Like he had that one match. It was like 2 weeks ago. He had it with Scorpion Sky, right? And he did the thing. He was like, and then he does the flip. I just thought it was ridiculous. I just thought it was just too much. Dude, and then you're gonna kill yourself here because a lot of people said, "Holy shit, holy shit." Yeah, okay, cool. And then what? You're gonna be in a wheelchair when they do holy shit? You just like, come on. I just think you just gotta be more cautious. But whatever. He said it, and I kind of just rolled my eyes. I said, oh man, it gave me douche chills.
Hey, it's what he does, and people like him
So
for
give
it.
people
So
douche
what?
chills.
You know what? My one of my biggest things, especially with just people in
We'll
general,
see you in the chat, Daniel.
is
What you know we see you. But go ahead.
like one of my biggest things is people. I appreciate when people just live by their convictions,
For
and
sure.
if that's his truth and that's what he wants to do, who am I to tell him that not how to live his life? You know what I mean? And if that's his goal, if
he's
that's
never gonna stop being a crazy jackass. If they ever remake the
exactly,
Jackass TV show, they'll probably have him come on.
man, look at Jeff, for example.
Oh
Like
yeah,
Look
I
at
can.
Sting.
Jeff Hardy earlier.
Oh, you mean that, Jeff? Oh, I got excited. I'm sorry
Don't
because I was ready to badmouth him. But okay,
save it for another day.
got it.
Um, yeah, man. You look at Jeff Hardy and
And
other
Sting.
and Sting,
But
and
more Jeff Hardy than Sting. Like Sting has done crazy things, but Jeff Hardy did make a career. But these kids now are doing like I remember watching something on TV. Not even TV. I'm sorry, like on YouTube. It was a Styles Clash, right?
uh,
But then they flipped. And I said, "What are we even doing anymore?" It was really a flip. If I can find the video, I'll post it in the group chat. Or just send it to you.
please,
But
please.
it was literally a Styles Clash, and he flipped. And it's just like there's the merge. There's room for error right there. That's why I sit here and say like some of these spots. As I get older, I kind of cringe. Like it just it's just not necessary. But I think we digest so much on this. But let's talk about this segment with the power couple of AEW apparently.
Yeah, so Sammy cut his promo, and then Ty said some stuff in Portuguese, which sounded real nice. I'm a huge advocate for people, cutting promos in their native language.
Mhm.
I feel like they get across, you can get across
It's
your
natural,
passion. Yeah, you get the
natural.
much
Yeah.
more natural and doesn't feel as rehearsed. And because unfortunately, it feels rehearsed because they have to rehearse because English isn't their first language. But I kind of appreciated her saying what she needed to say in her native tongue, so that passion and the fury did come through. But then she translated herself because Sammy was like, "Well, I can," and she's like, "No, no, no, I got it. I'll say it for myself, but I need you to hear it how I wanted you to hear it," which I was cool with. Yeah, I mean, she was just like, "Bitch, try it. We can fight." And I was like, "Cool. I'll watch that fight because she actually knows how to fight, so I feel like they could actually have a pretty good match together." Um, Ty has come quite a long way in the short time that she's been at AEW. I mean, I still feel like she has a long way to go, still, but I trust the process. AEW hasn't really let me down as far as like with matchups and things. Even when I'm questioning things, sometimes it's the best thing I've ever seen. Like I didn't want to see the bunny and
Oh, I know it was
in that street
Penelope,
fight.
Penelope, right?
Yeah, Penelope and Bunny with Ty J in that street fight.
Yeah.
That was one of the best matches of the year. And you look at best women's matches anyway. I mean, you look at that and you got two people who everybody's like, oh, they're so green, they can't do anything right. Had one of the best matches of the year. I trust the process. It's just how I feel. But I'm excited to see how this works. Dan Lambert, of course, came out with douches of the year. Man, I hate it because I always love Ethan Page's shirts. They're always so nice. I don't like how he wears his shirts, but the shirts themselves are very nice. Again, something I wear. I can't pull.
Well, he's all ego. How else is he gonna wear it? Just be happy he doesn't have a button with it showing off everything.
It was a little unbuttoned, but I mean, yeah.
Hey,
at least he doesn't.
listen, it's all ego. Like I said, just be lucky, like not unbuttoned, loose, so everybody can see everything.
Yeah, he don't Tony Nese it, so I mean, I can appreciate that. And then of course, Scorpio just standing back there, also looking like a dickhead.
Oh my.
Something about
in his
Lambert.
shiny sweater.
Yes, and his shiny sparkles. This is something about Dan Lambert wearing that second title, which we'll get to in a moment. That's amusing to me. And so Dan comes out, cuts his promo. I believe he called Ty Lucha Horace,
Yes.
which and then I don't know why, but for whatever reason, when he said cellar dwellers, that popped me.
I love me some Dan Lambert.
So, like cellar dwellers got me. I don't know why. I don't know. Like it was
Call you off guard. That's why.
but
It caught you off guard. That's why. Like you hear it, you're like, yo, what? Like where'd you come from with that?
right.
Dan Lambert he's honestly great. Like I don't know if people
Really is.
I don't know if people are like tired of him and stuff like that, but when I see him, I bust out laughing. He just seemed like that old white guy who just wants you to know how he feels, how the world was once upon a time. He has not moved on to where we are in the world, and he's just saying all kinds of like not nice things. And you go like, wow, you can't do that. You know, you can't say that now, right? And he says, I do whatever I want. He's such a loud white guy. Like he's like he reminds he's I just feel like he's Yosemite Sam's grandfather or something like that. I mean, the way he goes off, I like I said, I don't know if people are tired of it, but it cracks me up. I pop when I see him. But something happened here that I think because I didn't take notes or anything, but I put my head up a little bit. I was doing some things to prepare because I have a on Instagram. I'm going to be doing a debate against a fellow UPR member from entertainment, which I hope to win. So I had to take some notes. But I'm listening to this thing and I missed it. But you was talking about that second belt. Why don't you go in and talk about that second belt?
So of course Dan cuts his promo and talks smack about
White privilege promo too.
Huh?
Angry white privilege promo.
Yes.
Yes.
Dan Lambert can give. And then so of course he takes the belt that he is, his co-champion belt, and he gives it a nice big old kiss. And Sammy just grabs Ty and says, man, if you knew what we did when I was wearing that belt, I don't think you'd be kissing it very much, or even wearing it for that matter. To which Dan drops the belt with such disgust, and then like stands up back like a child and is like, I don't want to pick it up anymore. And it's just like Dan gets it so good. Just he picks it up. It's like he kept inching like he was gonna walk away from it, like he didn't want it anymore. But he's like, with the belt.
He didn't want it, but he still wanted it.
Right. So he just picks it with the fingers.
Listen, rule number one: if you win a championship, do not put your lips on that belt. Like ever.
I don't know where it's been.
Scrub it.
Scrub it. Listen, you can scrub it all you want, but you can't get rid of the evidence. Just don't. You ain't wiping them evidence off.
Swerve Strickland challenged Ricky Starks for the FTW Championship.
Oh, they're not from the dryer. I love that.
Swerve challenged the dryer sheet
there we go.
to a match. The FTW Championship on Rampage. I'm excited. Doll, you got anything?
It should be a fun match. I mean, Ricky was really. I don't.
Thank you, Doll.
Huh?
Is your name Doll?
Oh, I apologize. You know what? I should mute myself. Go ahead, Doll.
Bad guy.
Well, it was pretty good. I mean, it did what he had to do. He looked like a shrunken version of The Rock, pulled out from the dryer, so which was perfect. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you can bring Keith Lee to help because apparently you need it because I got Powerhouse Hobbs." Let's see who win that bet.
Keith Lee has a bigger back, so I think he will win the engagement. He said so.
Well, exactly.
It's very large back. so he can watch it himself. That's at least that's what he was alluding to.
Right.
Okay, you may speak now.
I'm laughing at this Daniel guy. This guy's really going off in the chat. But yeah, I yeah. See, I told you. That's what I said. You can't get rid of them evidence. But I said it in a more elegant way. I mean, this guy just came from the streets. I mean, you see how he wrote that. But where was I going to get at? What we got? Ricky Stark against Swerve. What was it for the FTW Championship, right?
Yep.
You know, like.
You don't sound excited.
No, I mean, I think the match would be fine. I mean, Ricky's pretty good. I mean, he talks very good. I mean, the guy. I mean, for God's sake, he's rock, you know. But
he started rock.
But yes, that's the Rock. That's Ant-Man Rock. But he I don't care for the championship. I feel like it's just. Should I care for the championship? Like, I just feel like he has it. It's cool. It's the cool thing to say. Like, oh man, I'm the FTW champion, and it's like. Do you even officially count this as a thing? I don't know. I just never cared about the belt. I mean, it's cool. It's cool that it was brought back and stuff. I mean, especially if you've been if you was a big follower of that ECW, the original run, and Taz having the belt. But yeah, it'd be cool. You know, we get to see the match and we get to see Ricky Stark do this, and you know, it'd be fun. You know, I have a good, you know, and then Swerve would come out with his cool ass music, and then.
That music slaps.
I know you put me onto it. You sent that to me. So we'll get to see. I don't know if we'll be able to see this match though. I just don't know if we'll see it because if Keith Lee's going to be there, like how can I see it over that big back? Because he said he has a big back, so clearly he's going to cover this ring, and I can't see the match.
He's a gentleman. Stand off to the side.
So I don't even know if I can do it because his back's so big. He said, "I have a big back. I'm good." I said, "Oh." That was groundbreaking. Thank you for that, Mr. Lee. But I think it'll be a fun match. I just don't know if I care about the championship. I kind of just would love for them to just get rid of the belt.
The FTW Championship's kind of a fun belt because it isn't actually recognized by AEW, so it's kind of like that little Rebel Championship. I'm more so hoping that eventually what we're gonna get is Hook beating the shit out of Ricky to get his dad's belt, and with Hook holding that belt, you already smirking because you know with Hook holding the belt, it's gonna make it instantly a lot cooler, and people are actually gonna want it because Hook's a little shit. And
yeah,
that's what I think.
He looked like he stepped on people's shoes without saying sorry.
On purpose.
Yeah, just like he just yeah. Can Hook talk? I never seen him talk.
No, it was so the award show that I was talking about. Just go check it out on YouTube. It's pretty good. Yeah, Hook. They tried to get Hook to present something, and he just looked at they handed him the card. He looks at it.
There we go.
Puts it back, hands him the envelope, and just leaves. I love that kid, man.
Yeah, he got a factor about him. I mean, I've heard a lot of people. Some of the stuff I've seen from him, he's impressive. I mean, he's still learning, which is fine because he's a young man. He's still. I feel like you stay there in the wrestling world, he's still learning. Oh, you just against him, and you're just like, oh, I didn't know that came out of my mouth. I'm so sorry. Let me be more articulate and let me just go tell you to go fuck yourself. I do think that yeah, I mean, it looks like that's what they're gonna go for. I heard someone presented this, but this and my pen just fucking flew. So we have this tag team of Daniel Bryan and Jon Moxley, and they're trying to recruit some young guys. Someone mentioned Hook. What do you think about Hook being a part of this stable? And he turned. I don't know why. I love stories where people turn on their father. So I'm still waiting for Eddie Guerrero's son to turn on Rey Mysterio. I'm still waiting for that. But wouldn't that be something? He just like Taz says, "Son, I'm so proud of you. You have made me so happy, Hook. Hook, you are my pride and joy." And then he just hits him with a fucking Taz mission. Just chokes out Taz. Son, what are you doing, son? Son, my neck. Son, help, son.
Watch out.
Yes. What's it?
I'm sorry. That's for earlier.
That was great. No, because that's really something he says. Watch out! Watch out! Yep. But the sun turns on and Rigo just gets his shoes. He just smeared the dirt off his shoe on Taz's back.
This is my son now.
And now he's my monster. And his first words is when he says, "Why, son?" Because he says, "Because I'm off the hook." And then he just leaves. Oh man, I should book stuff.
I was about to say, book it now immediately.
Yes, I want to book that. I'm going to put that on my list of things to book. But carry on to the next segment.
You heard it here first. Yes, then we had legit Layla Hirsch versus Red Velvet, which was that was a match.
It was decent.
It was decent. They actually had the crowd rolling for a good minute, in which I was very, very impressed with.
I wonder why.
Well, I mean, like they were having a really good match. Like, it was good. Layla hit like 30 gut wrench suplexes that each one was like picture perfect. And like, I really want her with Team Taz because she suplexes people real good. And, I feel like that's the top requirement for joining Team Taz. Now, I would also be interested in maybe seeing her with Danielson and Moxley, but I don't feel like she doesn't feel as vicious enough, even when she's been being vicious. You know what I mean? I don't. It's just my personal feeling.
It's like they're pit bulls, and she's like a chihuahua right now. She's not there yet.
I'd at least give her like a corgi or something.
I just said chihuahua because it was the first other one that came to mind. That's it.
I like how y'all just, I don't know what the other thing was, but I like how y'all just compared her to a dog. But like she's Layla's just a.
Well, you guys mentioned a bulldog hold, so that's why I said.
I never said bulldog. I don't need Layla to legitimately knock on my door and kick my ass. Because even though she's like 4'2" or something, I know she's. I was listening to this really interesting battle, and they were talking about Papa Smurf, and he said he's 3 apples tall. Isn't that what Layla is? Like 3 apples tall? Like if you put 3 apples together, that put her height. She's a very small woman, but she what? She's 4?
4 apples.
Oh, she's 4 apples. Oh, okay.
Respect on her height.
Okay. Okay. I don't believe you. I'm gonna throw that right now. I don't believe you.
3.5, but
there we go. Now
I was about to say 3.5. I was thinking 3.5.
Now we're talking some facts. That's what we're here for. We don't sit and spread lies here. But she's a very little thing, but she throws people. And I think the match was okay. I don't think it was horrible. I don't think it was. I just think it was there. Like it was to get the story over. Because Chris Statlander comes out eventually, who is like gigantic compared to all these other women. I was scared for little Layla. I thought like
it's like 6 apples.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna be mentioning them apples tonight, here, ladies and gentlemen. Boom! She said 6 apples.
6 apples.
6 apples. That's a tall woman right there. 6 apples.
So happy. Oh man. I love the black. Like I love this new Chris Statlander. Me and Divine called her what do we call her? Oh, Dark Chris.
Dark Chris.
Yeah, like I like the fact that she did the little she changed up she gave herself like the Mike Tyson thing and like the different streak of the hair, like all black. I'm excited to see. I can't wait for her to cut like a promo. Like I'm trying to gauge where she's at because she doesn't. She took off the alien makeup last week or the week before that. And so
it was last week. No, you're right.
Was it last week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so, I'm excited to see where this character is going. It seems like they're really thinning out the best friends, and I'm 100% here for it. Good match. Layla did the little turnbuckle switcheroo. She put one in her pants and came at it with one, and then of course when Bryce took the other one away, she pegged Velvet. Velvet cell was amazing. She looked like she was actually knocked out cold. And then of course after she pinned her, Bryce looked confused and he tapped, did the thing anyway. And then she put her in an arm bar, which of course is why Chris Statlander came out. So I'm sure that this is leading to a rematch between the newly reformed Statlander and Hirsch once again. Excited to see what happens with that. Then we had some more lady stuff. Thunder Rosa in
Ah,
Texas.
No, we
Yay.
had the Vicky Guerrero show with Nyla Rose featuring Thunder Rosa for 2 seconds before she got knocked down to the ground.
Yeah. That's pretty much exactly what happened. And Nyla Rose won Twitter follow of the year again because she's hilarious on Twitter. If you are on Twitter, please follow Nyla Rose. If
oh,
nothing else,
I think okay. She's hilarious.
oh, dude, she posts the funniest crap. Like, she's stupid. She's very stupid. Like, it never fails. Like, it doesn't even have to have anything to do with wrestling. Like, sometimes she just be talking about nerdy stuff because she's
Oh, I
a
like
huge
that.
nerd. Oh yeah, she loves video games and all that other stuff. So like, she be making jokes about that kind of shit and everything. And then just like her commentary on different matches and stuff, gold. Anyway, yeah, and so Nyla came out, flattened poor Thunder Rosa. I'm glad they're keeping Nyla away from Jade because I don't feel like that should be a thing.
I kind of would want it to be a thing. I want to see Nyla Rose beat the crap out of Jade and break her streak once and for all.
No, I loved when he said Nyla crushed Thunder Rosa like it was like a Tex Avery cartoon. Like I just imagine like I just like what she got flat and then when she just looked
She got flattened and then she got her face smeared.
Yeah, she had to do like and then she just like unflattened herself or so. That's what I was like, what? Like what are you talking
Like
about?
Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
There we go. You get it. Yeah, and she falls. Absolutely, you get it. It's smart to keep Thunder. I mean, they're both champions right now. Jade as the TBS champion, Thunder the
Newly crowned
women's champion. You gotta keep them far away from each other. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna do business eventually with each other. And I don't think Thunder needs to be the one to end the streak. I don't have anyone in particular in my mind. I can't sit here and tell you.
You don't want it to be Nyla?
Athena.
Oh, no, Nyla. Athena would be. That would be a way.
Especially since she called her out on Twitter.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they did. They did. So it looked like some business is going to eventually happen there.
Oh, yeah,
If she needs to be the one, I don't know. I mean, it'd be a great way for her to come in.
Who else?
Let's look at that. I wouldn't do Britt. I wouldn't do Britt. I wouldn't do Layla. I wouldn't do. I'm trying to think of someone else on this list. I don't know every last woman.
She's already beaten Ty. She's already.
Did she beat Thunder? She beat Thunder too.
She beat Thunder Rosa. She
beat
Ruby for the belt.
I'm about to say she's pretty much beaten every woman on the roster except
exactly. She's like their Roman Reigns.
Like she has literally pretty much beaten everybody, including people who don't work there.
I can do that. Because am I wrong?
What? She's Roman.
She's their Roman Reigns. She's the champion. She's beaten everybody. It's like who else can they feed?
Well, I mean, and I'm not gonna lie, when you say that, and then I look at this white guy who's carrying her belt, I'm like, well, you're not off. You know, she is pretty much Roman. This guy's carrying the belt, and he's. I don't know.
She needs her 2 lackeys.
Lackeys need a job too.
Lackeys need love too.
Lackeys need love. Oh, Chicken Boo. Yes, Daniel gets the reference. I like this Daniel guy. You need to be here more. You understand the Looney Tunes reference. It bothers me that kids today don't understand that, but we're not here to talk Looney Tunes. What's next? What's next, Joker? What else do we got here as I look like I'm right?
All right, last segment of the night we had.
Hey, can we talk about real quick? I'm sorry, I just wanted to throw this out here. I know this wasn't mentioned, but it was hilarious to me. I thought it was fucking great. You know, what's the name? Yuta, right? Yuta, he's backstage with the best friends.
Yes.
And then you got fucking what's his name? I'm sorry, Trent. He comes out shirtless, awful haircut. I'm sorry, I got a headphone here, so like haircuts don't do it for me. And you know, Yuta's getting ready to talk. Here's Trent, pumps his chest out like this, and said, I never liked you. I was waiting for him to say, I never liked you, see? So this is going on. I said, I know if someone approached me like that, I'd be like, but we shared orange shoes together, dog. Like, I thought we were cool. Like, yeah, no, if we had breakfast together, we cool. We good. Like, if we sat here and had some French toast, I like egg whites personally, and some turkey sausage, I think we're cool. I think we get along. We're fine. I never liked you. These guys, They gave you everything, and then you sit here and you spit in our face and you go to Regal. And I like Yuta's answer though. Yuta is great because Yuta's like, I never liked you. So I'm sitting there saying, why'd y'all waste each other's time? Like, why would
he said he liked everybody else and appreciated everybody else, but he came there to be the best wrestler and not a best friend. Which, if you want to do that, you got to train with the best wrestler,
listen,
the perfect wrestler.
I like Chuck's like reaction, like, you ain't wrong.
Right.
Chuck's trying to do one of these, like,
which means he understands, unlike that idiot Trent.
yeah, he might turn on him too.
Wouldn't be surprised if they all turn on Trent.
That would be great. I like Trent.
I like Trent in the ring. Like Trent on the mic and stuff. I don't really care about Trent.
Yeah, that's not his forte. He's really in ring. He's really good. I mean, I remember him when he was in WWE for a period, and I think there was a gimmick he was trying to get over that didn't go through. And but in ring wise, and obviously you got to have more than just in ring. You know, you can be a good talk, and sometimes you got to say some people just because some of the great. Bret Hart is one of my faves. He was never known as a talker. Now these days he's known as a talker because he talks shit about everybody. I love
Iron Sheik.
And oh my goodness, Iron Sheik always been. Well, I don't want to say he was always talking shit because no one understood him. Now people understand him. Well, all thanks to Twitter though, and it's Twitter. Yeah, it's Twitter.
For all those reading this, go and Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
Great. Anyway, Jericho Ass Kissing Society versus the Dark Order.
Because he can't kiss his own ass. It's too old.
Yeah. And those abs, man. The abs, they keep him from twisting.
Oh, man. I got to give it to Jericho. I know he gets a lot of flack and stuff on social media and stuff, but the man got in some really good shape. What is he, like 52, 53? He looks in great shape. Matter of fact, when he went for his lion salt today, or tonight, it looked better than it does because sometimes it looked like he gets no height. It looks like one time it looked really bad. It looked like he almost landed on his neck. But please carry on. You were talking about you was painting the picture.
Yes, we had Silver and Reynolds, who I actually really enjoy as a tag team. They're a very good tag team. They've always been a really good tag team. I love that combo that they hit, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But yeah, versus the first version that we will see of the Jazz. You got Daniel Garcia and Chris Jericho, which I'm kind of glad they got this out the way now because I still feel as though Garcia is just a sleeper cell for Danielson and them because he has to. Anyway, Jericho does some old school stuff in here, which I really appreciate. You know, he gets thrown out to the outside. He gets, I believe, brainbustered onto the outside, and then he proceeds while Aubrey's dealing with, I think Reynolds in the ring. Jericho runs over, kicks the ring steps, and then falls over next to 5 and 10 who are on the outside, and of course, then 2.0 come over. Oh, they threw Jericho out. And Aubrey, she does it the best. Throws him out. I'm just like, damn. That missed the lion salt, even though he missed, looked better than it has in a long time. And Chris is in some of the best shape I've seen him in a long time. So yeah, hats off to him. I really feel like that. Yeah, I feel like that health scare he had a little while back last fall. Really, I saw a transition there, and he's just been steadily getting better and better. And like he's slimmed down, and he's got the abs back and everything. So, yeah, shout out to Chris Jericho. Reynolds takes most of the heat in this match. He gets beat to shit by Garcia and Jericho. Jericho did some good selling. You know, he's always here to try and put the younger talent and newer talent over. But man, that hot tag that John Silver got. John Silver has one of the best hot tags for me in AEW, at least in AEW, because the man is my size. He's 5'7". He's not big, but he's like, when he goes, he can go. Because he took out the guys in the ring, then he dove out off the apron into Garcia, and then he just kept going. He took out, I think, Oh, I'm sorry, his name's not Jeff anymore. Angelo Parker, and then he just booted the hell out of Dream Daddy, Blockhead, and
see, I'm glad someone, because I didn't want to be the one, but yeah.
He's got a look. Jericho had a point. Okay, he had a real blocky head. Okay, like
listen, you remember those guys who used to fuck with Gumby, the blockheads? Oh, you know who I'm talking about. I'm gonna have to wrestling Dom. So you know what it is because you're so much younger than me. But it's
I know what you're talking about. I've never seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Come on, man. I don't need to see the blockheads every. No, it's already.
I'm so fucking good.
Already, I hate you.
I know. Wait till
now, anytime I see 2.0, all I'm gonna see is the blockheads, and I'm gonna burst into tears from laughing.
God, no, but you start. They were legit called the blockheads too. I remember these guys. They used to always mess. They always messed with Gumby. They always, that was their goal, just to mess with him. I don't even remember if they could talk.
Me and Divine, I don't think they did. Me and Divine were literally just talking about Gumby yesterday.
Nice.
Because I was trying to remember what Pokey's name was.
It was Pokey.
Yeah, no, I know. I was sitting there. It's like one of those things, and I was just like, what's his name? It was driving me nuts. But yeah, eventually I was like, of course, at like the most random moment, like 30 minutes later, I was like, fucking Pokey. Anyway, back on track.
Well, that was loud.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so Jericho, he hits the thing, and everybody's foolishness as usual. And
sorry, that's her. No,
gotta be one. Garcia gets what I call the combo. I don't know if it has a name, but John Silver and Alex Reynolds do this combination that is always amazing to watch. Silver hits him with a forearm. Reynolds hits him with a boot. He gets hit with another forearm. Then he gets suplexed. Then he gets punched in the face, and then Reynolds with the float over. I thought that was going to be the end of the match because they actually did end the match like that. I believe it was last week. But Garcia kicks out. Reynolds goes to use the ropes to propel himself towards Mr. Garcia, and Jericho just nails him in the back, like square in the center of his back with Floyd, which is his bat, as he was, bumping up against the ropes, and I think he might have caught him because the way Reynolds just stopped immediately and just stiffened up, and
I knew that's why he wasn't talking.
I did too, and I'm mad because I knew it was coming. Because you can't tell me that's not Matt Lee and Jeff Martin. His name, he's got a J on the side of his head. It's definitely 2.0. That's their new name, the Blockheads. Yes.
There he goes again.
Dream Daddy and Angelo Parker.
No, but you started when you said Blockhead. That's what I was like, yo, those are the guys who used to fuck with Gumby.
I just have one thing I have to say about the match. Not even the match exactly, but like the entrance. Because on Raw when Edge comes out with this new character and then the music, it's not the same, and then people are like, what the heck's going on? Why is this music different? Everybody misses it. They would have cheered regardless. And his music comes out, Chris Jericho's, and everybody's singing to him. They're like, oh, y'all should be lucky that we're even letting you sing it. It should be quiet. Shouldn't hear none of that. Even if they don't play anything, people are still going to sing when he comes out.
Yeah.
So that's the impact.
That's not a lie. It's actually really, that's a fact, because I remember that one match he had with, I think MJF, and they took the song, and they still was singing.
We're singing.
The whole thing. To the music and everything with the pyro, it was amazing.
Oh no, the crowd loved them some.
That's how you know. That's how you know.
Yeah, that's why, and even I think it's a really good detail that they put in there, because you did mention something like Edge going through a change, which is great because he wanted to go. That's something you're supposed to like. I feel like that's something you're supposed to do as a heel. Find a way to change up things, change up your look, change up your moveset, change your theme.
Right.
And like you got to do something to change to make it like clear. Like I'm not that. I like what Johnny Gargano did some years back, where whenever it was when one of my favorite themes in NXT was Rebel Heart, and then he changed it to this other thing. It just sounded really depressing. Sound like one of those songs you would hear at one of them dark ass episodes for Dawson's Creed or some shit. And he went through a change, whatever. Bong. But when he did Baby, went to that. Jericho, I don't see him ever. I mean, I can't even think of if he does change the theme, it's gonna still be something with Fozzy, because he's gonna. I feel like he loves that a lot. Like he can use his actual like music from him. I don't know if WWE would have wanted him to do that. I think they might have wanted him to still keep the classic Y2J stuff. But yes, I'm sorry, you wanted to say something?
Just real quick, one of my favorite moments was like early on in AEW. I think it might have been during the first year, and it was one of the first times Jericho got on commentary, and he's Jericho, so he came out to his music, and he sits down, and he puts his headset on, and he's like, and JR sitting there, he's like, Shivani or Skivone or whatever, and he's like, he goes, Jerry, you like that song? I made that song myself. And JR, like an upset parent, it was a very nice song, Christopher.
No, JR was great. I didn't get to mention this earlier because I know we're getting ready to wrap it and go at home, but we were talking about how Adam Cole, he had a low blow earlier on Jay Lethal, but he did it again to Adam Page, and JR was like, he needs to stop that. just like the disappointed dad that he is.
They are a parent too.
He is, right? I think he actually is.
Wrestling.
Yes, he is. I just love how annoyed because he's 67 years old. I think he pretty much. I think he just want to get his job done and then go home. Because a lot of times he sounds annoyed. He just sounds very, very annoyed. He's probably 60 something. His feet is tired, even though he's sitting, and he want to go home. And no, he's great. But the Jericho whatever society thing. They had to win. They just had to. I mean, it's just a long fucking name. I am completely winded after saying this long ass name. But Jazz. But when I say Jazz, I think of like female wrestler Jazz. I'm just waiting for the
music.
Jazz music. I love jazz music. Jazz music is calm. I'm gonna actually play some tonight. What was I gonna get at? But yeah, they had to get the win. They had to win. They display dominance.
That laid down Scorpion Death.
Yeah, it was like that because first it was like a sharpshooter and then he modified it. So.
Yeah, Garcia usually winds up being more like a Scorpion, but the way he does it, he lays down on his opponent's back and then torques the.
Looks like it hurts.
Disgusting.
Shit look like it hurts. I mean, the guy got in ring wise. I mean, just the very little that I see of him, really pretty much got it. In ring wise, he's in ring pretty good. I don't know personality wise, and someone mentioned like maybe this would be good for him because I'll say it's about 2-point blockheads, right? They have personality. Like they do have personality.
Yeah. I thought blockheads weren't supposed to have personality. I thought they're supposed to be boring.
They proved us wrong. The blockhead generation has proved us wrong. These guys go out in the white jacket. I don't know which one. I'm just gonna call him Blockhead one. He comes on the mic. Sam! He just start yelling. I just imagine him getting ready to sell me. He sounds like this awful car salesman. Like he's about to sell me. He's about to con me. He's about to give me this busted up car. And just as I pull out of the station or whatever, the car just fucking splits in half, and you just see
it falls apart all over the place. Beast by beast comes out until you're just sitting in the seat holding the wheel still.
No, and then the seat, because I have enough speed, you see the seat disintegrate underneath my ass, and then you just see,
and then the back part of it falls back, and then you start falling back with it too, still holding onto the wheel.
And then you just hear, haha, got you, haha, you can't get your money, haha, 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 and then you just close the door, and then like the whole shit just disappears. You just seem like an angry a consman who can just sell me any kind of car. But that was AEW. I thought it was a solid show. I thought they did pretty decent. I mean, I wasn't bored. I mean, there were segments I could have gone without, of course. But that's an excellent show you watch. I'm pretty sure every now and then you see a segment like, yeah, that could have been out. But all in all, it was a pretty. You said one of you guys mentioned Adam Cole, Jay Lethal. That was a good. Another one too. You said 2 good matches, and I agree on those 2 matches because there was some solid wrestling, but they also had to progress. story.
Punk and Dax.
Oh yeah, Punk and Dax. That was pretty good. That was nice. Question. They're babyface now. I'm talking about FTR.
I don't feel like.
Maybe they're in the middle.
I was about to say, I feel like they're kind of moving more into like a tweener role, so that they kind of can be whatever they need to be.
So that way they can do both.
Yeah, they can be
like be faces of one with one team against one team, and then be heels with another team.
Yeah, because I don't know, in that fight with the Briscoes, they're gonna be.
Oh, that's gonna be something.
Oh, I'm so excited for that show. I'm gonna have to watch Rampage the next day or something because that supercard getting watched.
Right.
Yeah, that was Rampage. I mean,
Dynamite.
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 Right, I apologize. Yeah, that was Dynamite, where you can see blockheads and
Hey, the home of the blockheads.
Blockheads.
They are tremendous. That is great. I'm glad that you guys got this.
There he goes again.
That's what I come here for. I came for the humor. I come for the humor.
You are appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you as always. Thank you as always for joining us. This has been Unpopular Review for All Elite Joker Wrestling Doll and the bad guy himself and the blockheads.
Who we will see next time.
We'll see him next week.
Same time, same place. Blockheads out.